everybody, it's Outland, and today I am doing a field test slash gear review, whatever you want to call it, of the this is the Hennessy Expedition Asym hammock. Now you've seen this before in several of my past videos. And this particular hammock belongs to my buddy Joe, and he had asked me to take it out and do a video on it, do a review on it. And plus, in addition to that, I'm actually borrowing it for a backpacking trip coming up to the Big South Fork. So, kind of wanted to know what I was getting into, how to set this thing up before I went out and made an idiot out of myself trying to use it. So here's what it composes of. I have the two slap straps with black diamond beaners on them, and then the actual hammock and tarp itself is all composed right here. Now Joe has purchased the whole kit and caboodle. He has the what's called the snake skins on here, and these things are fantastic because this basically keeps it all bundled up, and all you have to do is hang it like this, and you pull the snake skins back, and you're good to go. But supposedly you're supposed to be able to deploy this in a matter of minutes. Now I'm probably going to take a lot longer than that, but I'm going to give it a shot. So here we go. Okay, so I did a really crummy job getting this thing set up, but this gives you the idea. You basically want it at least chest height. Let me see how high I got this thing. My knots are terrible, but you know, I'm still learning all that fun stuff. But see how I have this set up? Almost chest high with me. So what's going to happen is you're going to want it this high because it's going to sink, and you're going to try to get it as high as you can. It might be a little hard to get into at first, but once you get in it, you'll be good to go. So these are the snake skins right here. Let's slide these off. And has this wrapped around. Okay, so that's it. Got the hammock out. Thought I had it upside down for a moment, but I guess I don't know if there is a right side up or right side down. You can see it's got this really nice bug net. This is the tarp here, so you know it kind of just flips around. Something I wasn't used to. I'm not going to mess with the tarp at the moment. Now I'm just going to try to get in the hammock and see if it'll hold me. Okay, so I'm in. It's different. It's a lot different from what I'm used to from a tent. But actually it's super comfortable, and it seems really super strong. This bug netting's fantastic. See here, I've got this ridge line, what they call the ridge line, and the bug netting sits on top of that. You've got a couple of hooks here you can hang things from. You even got a pocket right here for stuff. I don't have it zipped all the way, and it's one thing I'm not sure how you do getting it zipped all the way up, but I'll figure that out at some point. I think Joe had the same problem when he was messing with it. But yeah, it's so roomy, and one of the big selling points of these things is how you can lay literally on your side. You can lay diagonally in this thing. See how I'm completely laid out flat, and oh man, it's comfortable. And this wraps up entirely around me, and it's warm. I imagine putting a pad in here and being really, really warm. It's pretty fantastic. Swaying a little bit, but the way you fix that is to put the stabilizers on. There's two cords on either side, and you can stake those down. I actually kind of like the swinging action. It kind of rocks me to sleep. I might not even bother tying it down. We'll see. But yeah, man, this is really nice. My first foray in hammock camping. Now, you know, I'm still skeptical about doing this in the winter, but people swear by it. But we'll see. I'm gonna try it here in fall. The other thing I love so much about this is, you know, it's not just a hammock, you know, just for sleeping in. This is my camp chair. You know, you could hang out, sit on this. I don't know if you can see me really well or not, but I'm just hanging out, comfortably hanging out, sitting. I'm in the woods. I'm well elevated. I could have my pot and stove things down here, cook with. Joe did that in the Red River Gorge when he took this with him, and so you know you've got a whole setup here. You don't need to bring a camp chair. You've got your chair. You've got your bed. What I'm going to do with my setup is I'm going to bring this along, and I'm going to have my my REI Stratus sleeping pad, which I'm going to put in the bottom of this for some extra warmth underneath. So what I'll do is I'll take the Stratus pad, just inflate it slightly. You don't need to do much. Just feels like so it's barely inflated. Put that in the bottom of this, and then put your sleeping bag in there, and you're good to go. You know, the true test will be when I hit the Big South Fork with this. Most likely be trying to set this thing up in the dark that first night, so that could be really interesting. But you know, it's not a big learning curve with these. Once you figure out how to set up the straps, do a couple practice setups, go out and lay in it, and learn how to lay in it and use it. There's like a million different options or so. The tarp system here. You can basically you hang it over the ridge line. You can have one tarp covering you up, so you just have one side protected, or you can go both sides. So you have it's literally like a hanging tent. It's absolutely incredible. The innovation of this thing. You know, I'll tell you, to be honest with you, I was completely opposed to the hammock thing. When I first learned about that, I just thought the hammocks was completely stupid. And I was a tent guy. I've always been a tent guy. And when I saw this in action, this thing changed my mind. It changed my whole perspective on hammock. This thing is freaking awesome, and it's well worth it. Now I'm gonna see what a night of driving rain is gonna be like with this thing, but so far fair weather, it's beautiful. Now Hennessy has a whole line of these hammocks that they make. And they've got this is the entry level, the Expedition Asym. I think it starts at around 170, which isn't terrible. That's cheaper than most tents, considering you have a tarp, bug net. You know, you've got the net, you've got the tarp. Now Joe bought the snake skins extra, and I don't know what those run normally, but those were an extra purchase. And then he bought these black diamond beaners. You know, it came with these straps, but he put the beaners on to help make it a little bit easier to set up. But and then they have other models, like they have an ultra super lightweight one, and they go all the way up to like almost $300 for these things. But you can get them at REI, you can get them at all kinds of backcountry stores. You can get them at straight off their website, I believe, HennessyHammock.com. They take these things out in the jungles. You know, they use them in the backcountry. They use them in the Midwest wilderness, wherever. I'll be taking it to the bear country in southern Kentucky, in the Big South Fork, and instead of a tent. So, hoping to have a lot of weight savings. Hoping to have a really good, comfortable night of sleep. And I think it's going to be good. I will do a follow-up review of this once I've taken it out and actually experienced it overnight. Thanks everybody for watching. This is the Hennessy Hammock. First field test, trying it out. See what happens. I want you to see how roomy this thing is inside though. Look how big this is. I mean, you could be a pretty large person, you could be a small person with all kinds of room. You can lay out almost completely, like I said, completely flat in this thing. If you're a side sleeper, you could sleep on your side. Pretty amazing. Just this little tiny bit of fabric, and they've made an incredible sleep system out of this thing. I wonder how much research went into the creation of this, but I'll tell you, I'm impressed. And Joe's done a really good job modding it, and he just started. So. Joe's done a couple additional mods to his. He's got this. He's got the REI temperature gauge right there. You've seen that on my gear. I have about 3 of these things on all my backpacks and everything. But this is a great little thing. If you're sleeping in the middle of the night, you can just check. Hey, oh, it's 40 degrees out. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I'm real impressed with this thing. Now that I've kind of got the hang of how to hang it up, and again, I don't have a whole lot of trust in my knots, but I'm going to keep researching YouTube, and YouTube is such a great resource on equipment like this and how to use it, how to set it up. I love it, and I'm pretty impressed. All right.